She said, "I'm coming to the cottage. Coming to the cottage. I'm still at the cottage."
I mean, I literally went to one of those dance clubs out here that normally do like the circuit music, but it was called Lyric Night. So it's the same venue, but they play music with lyrics. And all the things you said, all the things she said, song came on, and all the gays
everyone went crazy.
lost their mind.
Wow.
And it felt so good to be sitting there dancing with it.
Aww.
I even took my shirt off. I was like, I'm into it now. Yeah.
See, we're gonna need a gay club called the Cottage. I'm going to the Cottage.
I'm going to the Cottage.
Hey, community, we're back, bitch. And here's what's brewing today.
Girl, heated rivalry.
New year, thirsty me.
And not Nicki. So get your cups ready for Minoritea Report.
Hey, look who's back. It's 2026, bitch. Welcome to Minority Report. It is Auntie Kerel.
Auntie Dawon.
And it's Auntie Jerrell. Happy 2026, everybody. We back. We back.
All brand spanking new.
Absolutely. I can't believe it.
Yes.
Like,
I know.
2025 was packed full of like a lot of shit and shenanigans, and it went by so fast.
I mean, if I was to give a trophy to if I was to give someone a trophy for 2025, it's gonna be you, ho. Okay, look.
Coming to the stage.
Look, okay. Talking about jam-packed, and it was, yeah, girl, you was outside living your best life. Shoot, she's over here inspiring she's out here inspiring the children. Look, that's why I took note and followed suit. She's not about to leave my ass behind. Look, let me grab this joy.
I'm going to show you up.
I'm going to grab this joy where I can. Shoot.
And then there's Kerel. And then there's Kerel, the old Mary broad.
You mean the old Mary snatched broad who looked like
that part?
She could make a debut around the block outside again. Let me tell you, I'm putting this is gonna be. I'm telling y'all right now, when we do 2026 end of year recap, I'm gonna come back to this episode because I'm saying it right now. Kerel gonna be out in these streets this summer at every goddamn pride. Pride. She didn't lose her voice last year, but she gonna lose that voice this year.
Something.
I'm saying it right now. Yep.
Listen, as if she wasn't already out in these streets all last year. She said, "You will get these goodies no matter how they look."
These
in progress.
These goodies.
I said, once the body came off Close Friends, I said, it's a wrap for these hoes. Look, that was it. I was like, ooh. Baby. Hide your husbands, hide your mans.
Right, hide your. Nah, yeah. I mean, it's a few things. It's keeping me accountable, just because like the coach that I have now, he follows me, so like it gives me saying, "Hey, I'm at the gym," so I'm doing my due diligence. And B, it's like, okay, a little thirst trap. It is what it is, you know. And then C, it just holds me personally accountable. Even not like the coach. It's just like, okay, I don't put all this work in, and now people like expect that I'm probably gonna put some little thirst out there. So at least for now.
Oh, is that what they're expecting?
We'll see.
Oh, we'll see. That's what they're expecting.
Hey, at least in my mind's eye.
At least in my mind's eye. Kerel gonna let you know. She said, "I'm putting all this work in, and I'm gonna let you know this is what the results are."
I'm just saying, you know, in my 40s, it is what it is. I'm still looking right.
So. Baby, you aging Benjamin Buttons over here. Benjamin Buttons.
Right.
Because the way you can see it in your face so much, girl. So much. And I think I really noticed it because when we record, like, we're also zoomed in our faces. Like, I can see it in your face, but bitch, on your phone, I said.
Listen, y'all. We did a photo shoot a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
A year and a couple of months. I think it was November or something like that. September, November, something like that. And we saved those pictures because we're going to be doing like some, some rejudging of like our website and all this other kind of stuff or whatever.
Them pictures.
Outdated. All three of us have lost the weight since them days.
We're like, who in the world are these little piglets?
Pumpkins.
Baby.
Look back, baby, 2024 did us all in because 2025 we said not anymore.
We put the kibosh on that.
Every last one of us just.
Right, baby, had to. I mean, and I can't talk either. I mean, Jerrell can't talk either because I be seeing your pictures out there too, girl. I be seeing them. I'm like, go ahead.
You know what? It's the angles and it's the extra baggy clothes. Okay,
that's all I'm saying. It's you.
Let me tell you,
baby, it's you. You've been putting that work in too. Take the credit.
Listen, that pool picture that was posted for your birthday.
It so did. I was like, yeah, we using this one. That's like, we using this one. Triceps all out, booty all pooched out. Come on now. Yes, we using that one.
I would say the one thing I'm most impressed about is my butt has been getting a little bit more just sculpted the way I like for it to be. So got to work at the bottom of the glutes, But,
I hear you.
Look, the only thing y'all gonna get from me is cleavage. That's it.
No, Dawon be sneaking his here and there. You got to pay attention with Dawon. Dawon would throw his here and there. You'd be like, okay, she feeling herself today. I see it.
It'll be picture number 19.
Look. How many years?
There it goes.
She don't need to be putting all her business out there.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I said, the little business I got left, let me put some out there before I give up.
It looks great. And I'm so proud of both of y'all. Like, this whole just taking care of our bodies and feeling good about how we're showing up and letting the children know, like, there is nothing wrong about, our fitness journeys. And, we all got to start somewhere. And I think the whole point of putting the work in is really important. Like, so many people are looking for shortcuts, and baby, there ain't no shortcuts. I mean, there's some, but you don't get the results that you really want when you're just trying to, like, I'm gonna do a little OZB. I'm gonna just do a little this. You can do that, and that's a good start. But if you want to maintain, you got to put the work in.
Yeah, you guys still put the work in, even on those. Like, everything's like a different tool in the tool belt, and I like that. Each thing has its point to help you on that journey. So whatever it is, you still have to put work in, and you still got to sharpen those tools. You still got to clean those tools. You still got to show up and show out. And that's the thing that a lot of folks don't show you.
It's a full second job putting that work in.
It really is.
You have to think of it in that way. Like, it's just a non-negotiable. Because otherwise you're just going to keep chasing the physique, the fitness, the strength, the whatever it is that you're chasing after, the look. You're just going to keep chasing after and never get there unless you just have the discipline, unfortunately.
And you just got to figure out, like, your why, whether it's vanity, whether it's health, whatever combo of all the above. And then it's so corny to say, but, like, enjoying it along the way, because it is a journey. It is a process. There's hella, and honestly, I'm thinking almost of creating a second, like, IG page. Because, like, you see a lot of, like, the fitness stuff, and I know this wasn't even on the list today, and we'll get to some other stuff, but it's just, like, you see so many of the, like, fitness stuff that's out there, and even the stuff that I post that makes it look so ideal, and there's so many days I don't feel like doing this shit, and there's so many days I show up and I'm there and I still don't feel like fucking doing it and things like that. But then once you get done, you're like, okay, at least I showed up for myself today. Like, there's always that point at the end where you're like, okay, I at least showed up. It might not have been the best workout today, but I at least showed up and kept this shit going, And so I think there's a lot of that just not out there. The reality that this shit kind of sucks sometimes.
Yeah, but like,
I don't feel like eating chicken and turkey today, and I want a slice of pizza today.
Yeah, but like Dawon said, it comes, and it does come back to that discipline, though, because when you have those moments, you have to be like, gotta remember my goals, 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 and
1,000%.
Honestly, like, there'll be days where I'm like, I don't got it today, and I didn't go, and then I feel like shit for not going, because I'm like, Jerrell, you did all this work, and the more you decide not to go, the more you undo the work that you did. So it's kind of like, you know, it's how I imagine how hiking is. You know, once you get to a certain point, you can't turn back. You know,
Right.
like you're like, well, I guess I'm gonna keep on taking my black ass up this mountain, then, you know.
Yeah.
And once you hit
that's
that
part of
point,
posting them pictures, because you be like, damn, I don't post these pictures now. All this thirst, and then if I sit my ass home, they be like, what the fuck happened?
that part.
I do.
It's too soon. It's too soon in the journey for the what the fuck happened.
Not the before and the after within the same year.
Right, the before, the after, and then the after party. Be like, damn, girl, what happened at the after party? Come on, Jodeci album.
I do think that one of the things that we don't hear enough about, because like you hear a lot about, you know, discipline, you got to do the work, you got to da. I think the thing you don't hear a lot about, and this is appropriate because, you know, it's January. Everybody's thinking about, you know, New Year's resolutions, new bodies. I got to get ready for summer. I got all these kind of things. People don't talk enough about that you have to find something that works for you. You know, I'll give you an example. I'm not a gym guy. You are not going to find me in the gym 5 days a week. Ain't going to happen. 6 days a week, not going to happen. I do like to run. Here's the thing. I don't like people. That's what it really boils down to. I really don't like people. I don't want to be in the gym and wanting to use a certain kind of weights and then got to wait for somebody else to finish doing that. And I don't want to deal with that. When I want to work out, I want to work out. So, you know, what will work for one person, whether it's, you know, joining a gym. I personally have a trainer, and I go to the trainer twice a week. And I know y'all are saying not everybody can afford da. Look, I get that. But for me, I go twice a week. I'm not going to I'm not Jay-Z. I'm not, you know, like somebody super wealthy, whatever. Where I have like a private chef and a private, you know, twice a week works for me. I go in there, I give it 100% of what I got. And my trainer, you know, shout out to Call It Fit. Ben, you're amazing.
And
you know, my trainer is, leave my little brother alone.
Hey, you fine. I'm just saying.
So that's your brother, not my brother.
That. Amen.
But what I'm trying to say is, just to give you a real example, you know, like I like to run. Because it's a solitary thing. I put my earbuds in. I run for like 5 or 6 miles out in the streets and just doing my own thing. And I get my sweat in. I get it's physical activity. What works for one person might not work for you. So whether it's, I'm going to start doing Zumba classes, I'm going to, you know, start doing Tai Chi. I'm going to start, you know, I'm going to go to the gym. You just have to find it. And so if your motivation is, I want to lose weight or I want to get in shape, but your Achilles heel is, you know, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to have to deal with this. There are so many options for people. Buy some rollerblades. If you don't like running because your knees hurt, buy some rollerblades. Go rollerblading up and down them streets. Like get some good music. And there are so many great options to capitalize on your motivation that everyone has right now, so that you don't lose it. And then the discipline is your commitment to doing that thing. And if you find something that works for you, then it becomes less of a stress and more of an enjoyment.
And one of the things I like about this conversation, and I know last year we talked a lot about fitness, so I'm not going to harp on that part anymore. These same principles could be really applied to anything that you have set for a goal this year. So if you do have a New Year's resolution, maybe that's to start knitting, to take another language, to, you know, play a sport, or to pick up an instrument, or to travel more, whatever the case is. Yeah.
Change your career.
All of those same principles can be applied to any of those types of things as well, too. And so I just hope that whatever you have planned for yourself, if you are someone that's listening who made a plan for themselves to accomplish something this year, I hope you just take out of it that make sure that you just have a goal, that make sure that you have a goal that's for you. You have the right reason, and you enjoy the journey along the way, the highs and the lows. So
yeah. And I have this on the list for like a future episode. And I haven't told you guys yet, though, but like it's been interesting, and I'll throw it out there just so the community can start pondering on it too. They kind of join in on the conversation when we have it. But like, because I've always been like, even when I was fat, I was like, you're going to get the body you get today.
And let's be
But it's
clear.
been just,
Let's be clear. Like I know we're kind of throwing these words around, kind of in a jestful kind of way. Because, girl, she-
right.
I wouldn't use the FAT word in that sense.
I was fat. Let's be clear.
Clinically obese.
I'm okay with this. I was pushing some numbers where I was like, "Ooh, girl," and I look back and I'm like, "Ooh, girl." But the conversation I almost want to have is just like, because obviously we just know, even just like with the fitness, there's just this whole stereotype and reality with specifically in the gay culture of just like trying to achieve some body type and things like that, and that's never really truly been my reasoning. Mine, well, maybe a little bit because I wanted to look like it in Brazil. That was just solely Brazil. But post that, like, kind of like saying, okay, what is this ideal that I'm chasing and things like that, and am I contributing into this whole narrative as well? And it's kind of been like this thing in my head. I'm like, okay, I don't think I am, but I can potentially foresee if folks didn't know the whole journey and just came in today. This is the first time looking at Minority Report, and you're hearing all this, and you're checking the Instagram page, seeing that maybe the imagery of it and me doing the thirst pics and all this stuff is contributing towards something that is towards that narrative. So that's something just a future conversation to have, and just like how to navigate some of that and things like that. But it's just been interesting to kind of just think upon things throughout this journey as well.
I mean, so, I think that's a great question because, I mean, at the end of the day, we all know people who fitness is not their journey. That's not what they, that's not their, that's not just what they want. And that's okay. And
exactly.
And so I think sometimes when you start the journey and you start to go towards the numbers and your goals and what you're looking for, I think at some point we do become part of the problem. However, I think we become part of the problem when it starts to be a thing that we kind of impose on others. That's when we become part of the problem. If it's something that like you can't go a whole day or you can't go a conversation with somebody without bringing it up, then you're part of the problem.
Or it's the only body type that you're celebrating, like, which I've never been one to only celebrate.
I wouldn't necessarily
one type
say
of look
that.
or whatever it may be.
I can see that, but I don't think there's ever, to me personally, any problem with anyone celebrating the body that they have. Whatever and whatever form or capacity that it is, right? Because it's a journey, right? But it's also a choice, right? So I respect everyone's choice first and then the journey second. And I think if I start with the choice, then the journey doesn't really become ever a deciding factor because I've already accepted people for right where they are because that's where they chose to be. Yeah. And as long as I'm not saying, hey, this is where I am, so you should be here too. I think that's fine. Honestly, I think that's truly fine. But I don't know.
So it's gonna be interesting. But continued in 2026. There's some additional goals, and you're just gonna see a lot of body ideology out there on my page. So it is what it is.
I don't think we've heard any complaints from the community.
Hey, even if they are, they ain't telling me. That's okay. Stay over there. But how were the holidays? All the holidays were good. Obviously, community. We start the first episode back, and Dawon is somewhere in this world already. So how's the other side of the world treating you?
Where you reporting live from? Let the girls know.
Dawon Hawkins is reporting live from Bali, Indonesia at the moment. I'm in a co-working space because it's the rainy season here, and our internet went out in our little villa. So, Minority Report is a priority, and I needed to get into a space. I wish the decor that you saw behind me was a little bit more representative of where I'm at, although it is.
She said, y'all see the photos. Y'all see the photos online soon if you haven't already.
That.
Yeah, but no, it's great. 33 hours of travel to get here.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Insane.
Was it that long because y'all met up? I was curious. Is that what it takes so?
Yes and. I mean, it's on average it's about 22 plus hours. Like the shortest you can do is 22 hours. And you have to do a layover because there's not a flight that a single flight that goes that long period of time. And we decided to meet up halfway. Shout out to Qatar Airlines. I did not fly Delta, unfortunately, and they're not a Delta partner, so that kind of sucked. But we met up in Doha, Qatar, where we both had connecting flights, and then we actually flew for the first time that we've been in a relationship together from Doha to Bali, which was another 9.5 hours so 9.5 hours of the total travel time. And let me tell you, my body, baby, is struggling. Like, first of all, we're here for 2 months. Okay. The whole purpose of this is Raphael's been going here for the last 10 years. He's been doing Bikram yoga, which is a hot yoga kind of style. And he comes here for kind of like a New Year reset. He usually comes for, 2, 3, sometimes 4 months. And this year I said, sign me up. I'm down. I want to I want to do it. I've been doing Bikram yoga ever since we met. And it's been kind of like a daily practice for me, which has been fantastic. A surprising thing, because I'm not really into like the regular kind of yoga, ding, 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 like ringing the bells and all that kind of stuff. I'm not into the spiritual part of it. So I never really got into yoga, but like Bikram it's a workout. You're in this room, it's 100 degrees, you're doing 26 postures. Your focus is more about
surviving.
Your
that
part. True. Because even when you're just, the first pose is just breathing exercises, and y'all know I sweat like crazy. And you're just doing the first posture where you're breathing in and breathing out. You're breathing all that hot air into your system and whatnot. And by the time it's done, like the heart is racing and it's a workout. So let's say all that to say, we're here for the next 2 months. We're doing Bikram yoga twice a day.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm drinking a ton of water. We are clean eating, no alcohol, no carbs, no sugar, no processed sugar, I should say. Yeah. No processed sugar, no meat.
Girl,
so
you
it's
talking about meat
fruit,
snatched, okay.
Vegetables.
You already snatched. You're going to be snatched in the snatch.
That's why she don't need to be in the gym. Because what she got in her, she ain't got nothing.
Good Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we're doing Bikram yoga twice a day, massages every other day. But like I said, my body's been going through it. Yesterday, I had so many cramps in like my legs and my back. It's just the body's way of reacting to all of these extremes that's been happening. But I'm here. So 3 days in. Catch me on day 60.
I was about to say we'll get the weekly report on Minoritea Report how Dawon is feeling this week.
But no, it's been fantastic so far.
That's dope. And then Jerrell, you had a whole ass birthday.
Yeah.
Moved into a new year, boo. How you feeling?
Yeah, good. I didn't do nothing. I went to Costco for my birthday. It was very lovely. And I went just cause I didn't even eat anything. I want to go to Costco. And that's that's what I did on my birthday.
That's that growth.
Look, didn't do it.
Jerrell 7 years ago at the beginning of Minoritea Report, we were like, "Bitch, what the fuck you going to Costco just to go for?" Now she's like, "Yeah, I'm at that."
She wearing cargo shorts. She wearing cargo shorts, long socks.
Look, I did buy me some dicky pants from there. I sure did. So
I'm not mad at it.
She pulled them up. She said, "These are nice."
She said 1997.
I said $20.
Baby.
Look.
Hey, it hits different when you got a mortgage.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it's
different.
It wasn't even. It's not even just any of that. I'm so exhausted from the holiday season. Just mentally, everything going on with family and work and stuff like that. I just wanted to just be calm. I just wanted to just be grounded, and that was the only priority that mattered to me. I didn't do anything. I didn't go out to dinner. I didn't go out to lunch, visit or anything, buy anything. It was just perfect. He bought me some AirPods because I lost mine, and I said, "Thank you. That's exactly what I needed."
Hey, that's an investment right there.
Hey, man,
$250 for them goddamn things.
Yeah,
because my charging case is not keeping the charge right now. It keeps going, and I'm like, I sure don't feel like buying another set of AirPods right now. Because to replace the charging case is like $115.
$170.
You might as well buy new ones. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how they price them.
Yeah. Yeah. But apparently, speaking of Costco, you can go to Costco and get them even cheaper for about like $100 at Costco.
There we go.
Oh, come on with the tips.
Come on, Costco.
Yes.
Right. Come on with the Costco
Another
tips
reason-
already. The Costco lady.
Another reason why Costco
Why we
is
fuck
the
with
new
Costco.
go-to.
Right.
Exactly. Shout out to Costco.
Look, we appreciate y'all coming through.
Meanwhile,
That's
Target
right.
just continues to just plummet. I love it.
Baby,
I love to see it.
when I saw that holiday kind of bullshit that they pull, had them people outside the store with the goodie bag, bitch. I said, no. I said, y'all got these people all fucked up.
They laid off the person that was supposed to do it. That's what happened. They had all them layoffs.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Someone actually had the idea, and you're right. And they were like, oh well, we already said we're doing this. So how do we feel it now? And they said, well, go to the Dollar Tree. Go to the Dollar Tree and buy all this Dollar Tree stuff to put in the goodie bags. Because that's what they did.
I was home for almost 2 weeks. Like that was the longest I've been back home. That like just in a stretch, probably since I graduated college. It was great. I get along great with my family. And so like I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then it's just like my nieces are starting to grow up. And then like I have the new niece. And I don't know if I've shared this on the podcast yet.
You shared it with us.
Again.
Yeah, you shared it with us for the first time. Yeah.
Here we go. Next month I'll be an uncle again. So yeah. So it's just cool to kind of see like my sister-in-law like in her kind of like last stretch here, and just the craziness of they just got 95 kids at this point. Yeah, they got so many damn kids. I'm like, woo. So, but yeah, no, it was nice to be home, and then came back and like I had that week off here, which was just necessary just to like go to the gym and just veg out. Like I didn't want to think about anything. I didn't want to do anything. Cause so similar to you, Jerrell, just want to go to Costco. Literally, I was just like, I just wanted to like go to the grocery store, go to the gym, and sit here. Like I don't, because like I just already know for work this year's about to be crazy. So I was just like, okay, get my mind ready for the craziness of 2026. So yeah, it was amazing. I had a great time. The only hard thing that sucked was our HVAC went out, and it's been the coldest stretch Philly has had in like a decade. So that sucked to have to spend money after the holidays on an HVAC. So getting the parts for that. So that sucked. But other than that, it was good. It was good. Okay. So yeah. And community, we missed you. We miss you. And obviously there's been a shit ton of stuff that's been going down that y'all been DMing us, be like, oh shit, y'all need to talk about this. Y'all need to talk about that. So we just got to have a big ass Aunteas. Do you give a damn? For a lot of the stuff that's happened in the last 4 or 5 weeks. Some of it's old at this point, we know, but we're going to give you our perspective nonetheless. And we're going to start with, do y'all give a damn about the lady that found a man that left them dumbass comments on her page? Like she drove like the 3 hours, found him, hunted him down, and made him apologize.
I'm mad I ain't done it first. Because I do. Because that is so mean. That is Henny coded through and through. And I honestly, but I would say this: she was probably a lot nicer than I was. Though I wouldn't be. I'm not saying here I got these lines for you to read like we're holding an audition. But if you think about it, it was an audition to hold on to his marriage. So
it sure was. But I wonder if the wife, because it went viral.
Yeah.
And I wonder if the wife saw that on her tickety talk one day and was like, hold on, I recognize
that voice,
that scenery. I recognize that voice. Hold on now. And it still backfired for him.
Yeah. Well, not even just that, because even the comment that he posted resurfaced as well too. And then everyone saw the handle. So he was exposed. Now, whether or not his wife but I mean, like, y'all think she didn't know?
They always know.
She was probably giving him. She was giving him at least a finger, just at least a pinky. She had to be doing a little something. That booty button, she didn't touch it a couple times.
You said it made me feel good.
Like now I know why he always wanted to be the little spoon.
Look, plot twist. Maybe they had a lavender marriage. Who knows?
Hey.
Which is a crazy concept these days. Like I honestly just heard about lavender. Over the last couple months, and I was like, damn. Like I know plenty, and like my best friend who passed away 3 years, Danielle, she would have been the person I would have done a lavender marriage with if I had not met somebody. But so maybe they had one of those.
I'm here for the fact that 2025 and beyond was the year of fuck around and find out. That's because that has been the energy that, at least within our community, like, we're not messing around with y'all anymore. Y'all not about to be in our faces. Y'all not about to be calling sticks and stones may break your bones, and names are getting punches. So it's just, like, I'm not condoning the behavior, but you cannot dictate how somebody's going to respond to you. And for the longest time, these little internet trolls have been out there, hiding behind their keyboard, posting all kinds of ridiculous stuff that they would never say to somebody's face. And, like, I think people are starting to see, you better watch what you say and watch what you write, because that stuff, people aren't taking it anymore. There's no, y'all go low, we go high. No, y'all go low, we taking it to the flow.
It takes one network engineer to locate your IP address, and once your IP address is given up, they know exactly where you are. So,
absolutely,
like, I tell people all the time, you better be careful what you do and what you say on the internet, because everything is traceable.
You better be careful what you say to me. Yeah,
I heard that song forever.
Right. I'm just saying. Stop playing on people's phones. Like, stop. Like, why? Like, what are you getting out of this? Being a bully on the fucking internet. Like, it's so weird to me, the concept. Like, I would never do it in person, and I would never do it online. Like, what do I gain for, like, belittling people like that? And, like, and then 9 times out of 10, you see the person doing it, and you're like, you talking?
You have the nerve.
Okay.
Looking like a Gila monster.
Even though I probably wouldn't be the one to, there'd be certain lines that would be crossed that would make me do something like that. I usually would be like, okay, it is what it is. I'm not going to take the time and energy. But I love seeing people doing it, because it's going to make people think twice about being fucking bullies. Yeah. Stop being a fucking bully for the sake of bullying. Like, it's stupid to me. So, hey, I saw that shit turn up. I was like, turn up, girl. I'm glad you did that shit.
I give a damn.
And now you're starting to see, like, I've seen just a couple more, like, instances of folks calling people, say their names, putting their social out there, getting people fired. Rightfully so. Like, you gonna play? Then let's play, ho. Let's play. So, Aunties, do you give a damn about Jasmine Crockett running for Senate in 2026?
I do. I absolutely do. But I'm after what happened, I don't want her to be, how to put this? I don't believe in Texas to get it right, if that makes sense. Like, I'm happy that she's running, but I am afraid that Texas won't get it right. And the truth is that they need her. We all need her, Yeah. So that's the only part that scares me, is the idea of not having her in government at any point to check these girls and boys. And I'm not saying men, boys, because that's what they acting like, when they in DC. So I'm excited. But I don't know. America hate to see a black woman come in. So I hope my sis stay blessed up, and I hope everyone around her keeps protecting her, and she got the right people around her to help her stay encouraged, because it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. I also love that we talk about representation and how much it matters. And feel free to fact check me on this, but I believe that she would then, if she wins, would be the first Black U.S. senator in Texas. From Texas.
But I think it's just a handful of Black women at all in the Senate. I want to say it's like 4. Right. Like, it's
right. But again, it goes to the notion that, not only, listen, we stand for Jasmine for 100%. The fact that she stays on these people's necks, that she comes correct with facts, that she doesn't let, the propaganda and the word spinning and all that kind of rhetoric detract her from the job that she is meant to do, which is to represent her constituents, not a political agenda. And to have that capability in the state of Texas would just be monumental. If it happens, it would be a game changer. And I think for all the people that perhaps never even thought about politics as a career path or a way to make meaningful change, forget about the notoriety, but to have meaningful change in the communities in which they live and they grew up in and that they love, it's going to be tremendous. She's already done it, as a representative, but, to have an additional legislative presence would be tremendous.
Yeah, the building of the resume is huge, quite frankly, because if she wins, that just helps further her career along the path. Mm-hmm. And we need folks that look like her, sound like her, talk like her, be like her in these spaces, because that's what we see day to day. That's our sister. That's our auntie. That's our cousin. Like, and not to say no other Black person has been that, because we are the spectrum, but the way she addresses things is so realistic to me. And like, I always feel like if I were like in those positions, that's how I'd be like tackling things. Like, let's get this shit straight. We're going to talk about this today. We're going to figure this shit out today, because that ain't it, Yeah. And I adore her. And the skill set she has, quite frankly, is refreshing in this day and age. So I'm rooting for her. We need to show out however we need to support, whether it's donations, whether it's being campaigning, whether it's writing postcards and things like that for the state of Texas and things like that. We need to show up and show out. And again, top of the year, we know how important 2026 is.
Absolutely.
So, we took 2025 off a lot last year, but you might hear us a little more this year. Maybe not as much, but a little more, just because it's paramount to show up and show out this year. So yeah, when I saw that announcement and the way she did it, the pettiness of it, I was like, I'm here for it. Here for it. Call them by their names, say their names.
Yeah.
I do feel
and
like,
if I remember correctly too, I think a catalyst to this as well too was the Texas redistricting as well too, because I believe that would have changed her jurisdiction as well too, in her district, which would have made it way more Republican leaning, which means then the likelihood of her becoming a representative again wouldn't really exist.
Even more difficult.
Well. Yeah. So I like that she's also being like, she's fighting two fights. One thing that a Black woman want to do, look, multitask and look, beating bitches ass left and right at the same time, like just Arkisha these hoes. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I hope the rest of the Democratic Party and those that are liberal leaning politically take note, because for the longest time, one of the biggest criticisms of the Democratic Party has been, the party has been so focused on, like trying to reach across the aisle and find common ground. And how are you going to find common ground when somebody says we're not budging at all on anything?
But they don't even got a foundation to stand on.
And we look at what happened last year. Look at all the people that, were furloughed essentially, because the government shut down over healthcare. And so, and what did the Democratic Party do? They caved. Yeah. And it's like at a certain point, now remember, we talked about this last year. At a certain point, we got to say, listen, enough is enough. And it's going to hurt. But in order for us to get progress doesn't come because, all of a sudden people are feeling like they got a morality compass and that has shifted and they just say, okay, you're right. We've been acting kind of a fool and now we're going to be in alignment with this and do what's right for the country. That ain't going to happen. So I want to see more people like her in public office. I want to see more people that are vocal, that are standing out, that are willing to stand on business, that hold people accountable, not play these little reindeer games of, oh, let's be kumbaya and try to play together. No, like at the end of the day, the stakes are too high. And the least of us, the most vulnerable of us, are the ones that are being sacrificed while the top 1% is just getting more rich and more further away from everythhing. So I'm hopeful that things go in the way that they need to go, and we'll see.
Yeah. And even like someone like Zoran Mondani, like being the New York mayor now, seeing the new game plan, the new, being on top of your social media plans and things like that. Like, I feel like Jasmine and him are like within the Democratic Party are two standout people that know how to play this game. That's where the folks are now.
Yeah.
And they ain't all. Yes, you need to still be on like the traditional avenues. I get it, but you got to play the games that they're playing right now as well, and showing up where these people are, the podcasts and things like that. So I adore that she's utilizing those tools in that game plan. And you said acting a fool. So, aunties, do you give a damn about Nicki Minaj going all the way MAGA and at that Turning Point USA stage with old girl that's her husband died, but it don't look like she cares.
I don't know her, and all her music has been deleted. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It doesn't even matter what her motivations are. It's so disappointing to have somebody who built their career on the shoulders and the support of the LGBTQIA community to, for very selfish reasons, whatever they are, turncoat. And, I think we'll see that time will always tell the truth. The stuff that's done in the dark always comes to light. And I say, let a chick burn. Go out there, Roman. Hang out with the MAGAs. Hang out there with the MAGAs and see what that ends up getting you. Because you look at everyone else that has done what she's doing now and look where they are now.
Like, yeah, it's... Even though, like, over time, we've kind of been seeing Nicki act a little crazy. We've been calling her out over the last couple of years. Like, girl, what's going on? And now to see this, it is still just very disheartening and upsetting that, like you said, for whatever reason you're doing it, like there could have been other avenues out. I would hope, at least. So for me, I mean, I hope her edges are raggedy now, because it clearly is our community that's been doing her wigs for the last 15 years. So you're just gonna have some raggedy ass dresses, some raggedy ass hairs, just raggedy ass. So
She's going for that Mar-a-Lago look.
I guess it. So yeah. Like,
that's crazy.
It's disheartening. It's disheartening. Aunties, do you give a damn about the Danity Kane reunion tour?
Well, I saw them.
I know you did.
I saw them. I saw them in New York last year, and this is more of a Danity Kane appreciation kind of micro tour. But baby, let me tell you, Webster Hall was shoulder to shoulder deep with people singing every last syllable of the songs. Like, the amount of love for this group is just palpable. I do give a damn. I think, they had a really unfortunate halt to their career, due to a lot of different things, specifically with, P. Diddy, and it's great to see not only they get their flowers back then, but it's great to see the love and the support that people are showing them now, because of not only what they've gone through, but because of what they still have potential for. I hope that there is some new music that is coming out. I think that would be super, super dope. The girls are a little bit more longer in the tooth, so singing about being a showstopper, right, when you're 45, it's a little wild to me, but I'm here for it. Like, live your life. And I think the reason that they're doing is because they've received so much support that gives them the ability to go a fuller on. So I would love to see bigger productions, more than 5 dancers behind them. Like, I would love.
Hell,
I would just
want
love
all
to
5 girls.
That part.
Until we get all 5 girls, I don't give a damn. and that's just because I want to live in my bubble where they're all still together, and I'm going to remember them from the 2000s, and that's the Danity Kane that I know. Because what I don't want to see is what I've seen in some of them clips. And I said, who the fuck is that? Because I know it ain't. I know that ain't. I said, you know what?
Is that Tequita? Is that Tequita?
Well, I didn't. They didn't pull an In Vogue for our show in New York City. There were no new faces. You know, it was just
Right.
3 of the originals. You know, so that was quite lovely.
Yeah, I give a damn because like it's odd that how Danny Kane had a stranglehold on us. Like I think we just like saw the journey that they went through. Like we all lived it. That was like peak MTV, like reality stuff. And so like we all remember that. We all were living and dying by those episodes. We saw the journey. We all know how crazy Diddy was even then. Mm-hmm. So to kind of just see them still continue to try to figure something out, I'm here for it. And I really want all 5. I mean, it's weird to have a Danity Kane without Dawon, at least to me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
At minimum. But I would love to see all 5 of them just get up there, and even if it's just like one more tour, to just get it out their system, to say they did it, one last hurrah, cool. Just to show that, hey, we could overcome these obstacles, this craziness of the last 20, 25 years of this group, and give them a proper moment, you know, because I agree, like, because that second album was fire. I still listen to like that album.
So
it comes up in my gym
good.
playlist, and I'll be when the lit light comes on, I transform. I'm like, yes, bitch. Come on, Danity Kane. So it's cool to see them, especially like as I get older, just to see like my generation still, you know, shaking a little hip or two. Yeah. Andrea was back, you know.
Yeah.
But, it was a little crunchy though. It was crunchy.
The videos I saw was crunchy, and I was just like, you know what? They won't get back together until they all old ladies. I don't think enough time has gone past just yet. And honestly, Dawn don't need to. Dawn is still doing her own thing. She's doing great. I'm still listening to her music.
New music.
I've been listening to Dawn for like the last 10 years, 15 years. Like, so like Dawn ain't gone nowhere. She's been around and been putting out some great fucking music. So hate to see it.
We just need to take Nicki Minaj's wig maker and give it to Aubrey though. That wig she had on was
she loves a lot
bothering
of hair.
The hell out of me. It was a lot of hair. It was too bored. It was
and the leopard outfit wasn't it either.
But go ahead, girl.
Listen, that's when you have a shoestring budget on a celebration tour.
Amen.
You know, you got to do.
Don't wear no shoes. Don't wear no shoes then. Okay, but don't go out there without the shoestrings.
It's you. Well, for once, it's not me saying it.
Right. Aunties, do you give a damn about how massive heated rivalry got in the conclusion of the first season?
I'm gonna sit there. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna leave this to y'all because I told y'all in the last episode that we recorded, this was a show that needs to be watched.
I was watching it. I was right there with you. The first episode was a little crunchy for me, but it got a lot better, and it was must watch TV, and it was just interesting how big a phenomenon it got, and I put a little clip up. It was just on our social, like, I just want to see some of these straight women's voting records though, because like if y'all going this hard for Ilya and Shane and all the asses and all the spitting in the hand and the jerking off and all this stuff, I want to see your voting record come November, whatever date, 4th, 6th, whatever it is, that Tuesday in the fall, because don't be going hard for us now and still voting against us. That's my only complaint that I'm going to have. But
I don't think
it gave us a moment of reprieve.
The other way are watching this show. They ain't watching that show. They ain't watching it. There's too much there's too much goddamn gay sex for them to be like.
You know, the Republicans and the grinder at the Republican conventions, they watching.
Yep.
They be shutting that grinder down.
Yep. No, the husbands are the ones that are suggesting. I heard there's a good show to watch on Netflix.
Y'all want to watch some hockey tonight, bro?
Right.
Although, there's been a couple of straight podcasts though, like
they've been
Wet
great.
Chaos and Empty Netters. Like, shout out to those boys. Yeah. Like I now follow their podcast, and I actually have become a fan of actually hockey as well, because they also talk about hockey, but they gave the show it's
a chance.
It's a true chance, and they all fell in love with. I'm talking about like straight masculine men who absolutely hetero, but being like, that man is double caked up. Like, look at that ass. Like he must be a real hockey player because that's an ass. I'm like, so what you saying is you really been looking at some dudes' asses before as well too.
1000%.
Talking about did he just nut in his mouth? I'm like it was
Welcome
really
to the
cool.
gays.
Okay,
really
I'm
cool.
gonna confess something. I still have not watched it.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
I still have not watched it.
Dawon, you watch everything else.
I know. It's for me. It's more of a protest.
I know.
It's a protest because there is so much hype around it, and I do this sometimes.
I know you do.
Maybe I will. Maybe it'll be the summer of 2026. But right now, there's so much hype around it, and I know that there's like, there's just a lot of sexual energy about it. And I don't really have it's not a draw for me. So I'll probably wait until later.
The sexual energy of it, like obviously that's a huge part of it, but I think that's overtaken the narrative of really the foundation of, I would say, the series, quite frankly. And at least for me, there's moments where it's like just like coming out moments that I had kind of forgotten at this point in my life where I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about those feelings. Like it brought back some feelings that you're
and
like,
that's just it. Dawon's living it real time. Dawon's living it real time. That's why I'm not surprised that he didn't watch it. Okay, like he ain't worried about that. He look, his mind over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm not surprised Dawon ain't watched it yet. But Kerel, to your point, like literally like watching it, I was just like, damn, I forget what it's like to like, fall in love with someone or to be that level of vulnerable with someone for the first time, brand new, and like the risk that you kind of do when you let somebody in like that. Like it's been so long. So like that there's such a draw to the show from that aspect. But again, to that point, Dawon's like, I know what it's like right now.
Baby, I know.
I got. She said, I got my own. We got heated rivalry at home.
Right, we got heated rivalry. And here's the thing: I don't want Dawon to watch it right now because he's gonna hate on it just to hate on it. And it's gonna make me upset.
Look, that's what I said. You can circle back. You can circle back in 2027.
Don't watch it, Dawon.
Yeah.
She said,
she said, as much hot yoga I'm doing in Bali, as much hot yoga I'm doing, it's heated. I'm good.
Right, it's heated over here. We got heated over here. You're right. Right. I'm coming to the cottage. But yeah, no, like I was at home watching episode 6, 5 and 6, just boom. I was like, why the fuck am I crying at a TV show?
Baby. And tears crying. Honestly, like I've watched each of those episodes probably like 7 or 8 times. Like each
we watched 1 through 5 last night again.
Yeah, baby. When I tell you I've watched each of these episodes at least 7 to 8 times, when I've tell you I've watched at least 6 different podcasts react to all 6 episodes.
That's all my TikTok.
So then then I rewatched it with other people. That way, then I'm literally on people's lives. I'm watching their interviews with Elle and
the
Vogue
Russian monologue. Some of the best TV I've seen in a while. Honestly. I will say that. Honestly. I will say that was some of the best TV I've seen in a while. That particular scene alone, I was like, wow.
Yep.
It was very well written, very well acted, and again, just like hit you into that soft spot. You're like, fucking A. Fucking A. It's making me tear up now. I was like, okay, that's some it's rare for a TV show, especially like when it ain't about like black people, for me to care that deeply. It hit me in the spot like that. For me to be like, damn, I'm so invested. The G spot and the soft spot, the softest place on earth, baby. Come on, escape.
Look, even Fizz got into it, and Fizz don't like any of those type of shows, and he was into it. I like I said before, I read all the books. They did a good job of bringing in 2 of the books. There are still 4 more books that they have not even began to touch as well too.
Ooh,
I do think that they will go all 3 seasons. And
I just hope Netflix doesn't do the Netflix gloss. That's my only because Netflix will ruin some shit. So even though it's not on Netflix, it's on HBO Max, right?
But it's Crave.
So
it's Crave, so it's a Canadian-based network.
So I just hope they don't get
airing.
Oh yeah,
but it's airing.
I just
on
don't want them to
HBO,
have
so
too
they
much
don't
money
have.
on it.
Yeah, unless they're going to be like some financially put money towards it, they have no ownership of the show at all because it's a Canadian-based production. So
I hope it's like Schitt's Creek where they kept the budget constrained, because sometimes when you start throwing too much money at a show, it ain't the show no more.
Yeah.
And so that's my only hope. It's just like, because it's gotten so large, I'm like, oh God, so many eyes and so many hands in the cookie jar over there at Crave. Get your hands out the cookie jar. The team knows what they did. They did it right the first season. Please don't put too many hands in the cookie jar. That's my only request. I agree.
I mean, when you have the second highest watched show ever.
Yeah. They did gay sex good too. Because sometimes when you see like the gay sex on other shows, you're like, that's not how it looked like. This one I was like, that's kind of how it looked like. I was like, okay, I'm here for it.
They play with them angles well too. They did a good job making sure in them poses to be like,
right? No PPs was showing.
Hide this.
Because I sure was looking though. I was like, okay, hold on, let me look. Let's see here. We'll do a couple more here. Aunties, do you give a damn? Which one do we do here? Do we give a damn about all of? I don't even know how to phrase it. Just Venezuela right now. Like, there's just a lot of stuff going around with Venezuela, with the capturing of their dictator, for I guess lack of better words. But there's obviously some how it went about. So, how are we feeling about Venezuela?
I think there's just too many distractions and too much. I think they're trying to have so many things happening right now that they're trying to pull focus from something. I don't know. They still have not released stuff from the Epstein files as well too. Like, Trump ran on America don't need nobody. We have everything that we need here now. But yet now that we got homeboy from Venezuela, you want to take their oil though as well too, right? So, but I thought we had everything here that we need, right? I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I feel bad for when I looked this morning, it was like 88 people who had died because of the attacks. I feel bad and I give a damn for those lost lives and the people who were affected from the bombings that occurred during this whole cease of Venezuela. But I do not give a damn about America being there and being in people business they don't got no place being into.
Yeah.
No.
Like, I struggle because like it's one of those situations where multiple things could be true at once. That yes, the from at least from what we know, and folks have said that the president in Venezuela was not a good human being. But how do we have our own not good human being trying to say another not good human being is worse than our shit? Like, we have a crook going after a crook, like a criminal going after
a criminal.
Like, so so that's the part where it's just like, how sway are we doing this when the person that is spearheading this is just as bad? Like, that's wild to me. So it's just like, I know there are a lot of, and I don't want to speak for Venezuelans and things like that by any means, but it just sounds like there's people probably like on both sides of the fence because like they're living it. They've seen it for decades where it's been hard to live there and live and be free there. So on one hand, I could see them being happy about it. But then on the flip side, it's like, is this the right way to go about it and doing it? And when we have so much here on our own soil that needs to be fixed, that needs to be corrected, that needs to be putting others, criminals in jail, especially the one at the top right now should have been in jail because he was a convicted criminal. So it's just, it's wild and it's a distraction. And I hope a lot of folks don't fall victim to the shenanigans thing and, well, he did this good thing for Venezuela and now I'm gonna vote for him again kind of thing. So like it's a lot. And again, that's why we say 2026 is just gonna be a critical year for voting. All right. One more here before we get out of here. So, aunties, do you give a damn about just the upcoming awards season? Like, we already had the Critics' Choice Awards. Last night was the Golden Globe Awards. So, we're in the thick of things. Are we excited about this awards season, or you think they're going to be playing in everybody's face?
If I can just
go for it.
If I can just jump in before my internet goes out. The only thing I'm kind of like, I wish Sinners got more acknowledgement in this upcoming season. Like just for the phenomenon that existed around that movie. I wish that it had more representation in the amongst the awards circles. But beyond that, some really great programming, some really great movies, some really great representation, and I'm excited for seeing these actors who have just been putting their blood, sweat, and tears into some really monumental entertainment projects get their flowers.
Yeah. I will say I've actually, for the Critics' Choice Awards, I actually watched all of those movies nominated with the exception of Marty Supreme. That was the only one I had not watched. But if I'm being honest, Sinners was great, but these are actually some just and fair nominated fantastic freaking movies that are out there. Yeah. And even though like the one song that Raphael Sadiq did and Sinners, that was really fantastic. I mean, you can't deny like K-pop Demon Hunters as well too. Yeah. That transformed all of 2025. It's just like there was honestly just some performances that were just really, really good. Not to say that Sinners wasn't good, but there were just honestly some that were better. Like Hamnet, a fantastic fucking great.
I want to see that. I haven't watched it.
It's so good.
It's really good, really good. So I get Best Actress for that. I mean, like I did watch one battle after another, which is great. It's a little bit more black leaning than you would think because Leonardo DiCaprio in there. But I mean, like
people do like them for Leo, don't they?
We really do. We do. And then you had Regina Hall in there. You had Tiana Taylor in there as well too. Like, and they both did fantastic in that movie as well too. So like, there were some really good movies this year. The only one that I didn't care for that got nominated for shit was F1. I was like,
I didn't watch that. I don't.
Honestly, I watched it and I was like, y'all could have kept this.
Yeah.
We've seen this before. We didn't seen this movie before. I just watched it for Brad Pitt. That honestly.
Hey. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. Yeah, like I was at least glad at least.
It leaves you a little limp.
I had no desire to see it. I'm glad at least at the Critics' Choice. At least so far, it seemed like the Critics' Choice at least nominated Sinners a little more than like the Golden Globes did. Miles won for the best young actor or whatever for that. The best casting director won. Ryan won for best screenplay, so that's dope to see. So at least they got some acknowledgement there. I know, like I saw on either Instagram or TikTok that there's one guy that literally owns like everything. He owns Variety, he owns Rolling Stone, he owns the Golden Globes, he owns like everything. So that it's very stereotypical white people shit. That's why Sinners might not be getting the recognition because it kind of rubbed him the wrong way. So he's making sure that they ain't getting the recognition that it really needs.
Sounds about white.
That's why
it sounds about white.
But we always find a way to be dope nonetheless. So it is what it is. It ain't the first time, ain't going to be the last time, unfortunately. But like you said, there were some very good movies and stuff out this year. So it's just tough. It's stacked. So. Yeah. But we'll obviously be giving our reviews of like the wardrobe and more drive-bys by Auntie Dawon. I can't
Tyler,
wait.
You got to get your act together, girl.
So we'll see what they wore at the Golden Globes last night, and then we'll kind of report on that. And then also, it's Drag Race season. We're not doing it on the main podcast anymore. As of last year, we started doing it as separate episodes. We're gonna give you a 2-parter next week, so be on the lookout for that. Looking forward to that for Drag Race. So start giving us your comments of what the season is so far, and we'll do a 2-parter next week, and then we have separate episodes for those. So stay tuned to the channel. So hit the bell button and then hit the subscribe and all that stuff so you get the notifications when those pop up, because they'll pop up sooner than the regular week episodes. But community, we're excited to be back 2026 and a lot of stuff up our sleeves for the year. But yeah, anything else before we get on out of here?
No, I missed you, ladies. I forgot to say that at the top of the hour. Like, it was nice to have those 4 weeks off, but honestly though, I missed this. I did
too.
So I'm glad we back.
I told Corey that last week. I was like, he's like, oh, you're recording this week? I was like, no, it's next week. I was like, oh, he's like, and for him, he's like, good, because I'm out. But for me, I was like, I missed them. I was like, I'm ready. So community, and I know community's been missing us too. We saw the DMs, and we know we were kind of a little more quiet on social than we normally were the last month as well. But we back, hoes, we back. So until next week, be safe out there. Wash your hands, your legs, and your ass, and we will see you then. Bye.
Bye, y'all.